order in the court. We have got a mystery to unsolve, and we will be solving it tonight. Here we go. Let's get started.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AFTERBUZZ TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
Oh, I can sing so well. Wonder if I can sing well.
So good. This song's amazing.
Love it.
So much fun. It's so great. We love this Freaky Friday. I think some people maybe had a Freaky Friday on this episode this week.
I know.
I think.
I woke up this morning and thought I was you, Tiege.
Yes, and I did the same. I was confused. It was Freaky Friday. Okay, so before we get into it, let's do quick introductions. I am Tiege, you guys, and we also have Zack, the
Hi,
lovely,
guys. Zack
the amazing, and the very funny and always cute Serio. And we have Stacey Olivas. Okay, you guys, we are so excited to get into this episode.
Yes.
The biggest thing here was a big controversy. Let's just get into it, okay? But before we do that, let's give a quick overview of what we thought of the entire episode. Stacey, give it away. What do you think?
I thought it was a hot episode. I love
Yes.
that Kristen was back.
You thought the episode was hot, or you thought James was hot?
I did like a little James crush, I think.
He has a nice body. He's a douche, but he has a nice body.
Yeah,
I just love it. He's so fun.
He's very like charming and charismatic when he can be, but then he also has a major downfall. I thought it was a great episode, and I think a lot of people showed their true colors in it, and I liked it.
True colors.
Yeah, we finally got some juice, and we got Crazy Kristen back, and I'm so happy. She was crazy with a K.
Crazy with a K, and she wanted to throw that drink so bad. I was so excited she did it. You know, live your best life, and I think that was her best move this episode.
Love it.
Okay, so, all right, James and Kristen. I guess this is our serve the verdict topic later, but do you guys just want to talk about it? Do we think it happened? Stacey, what do you think?
This is really difficult because I think they were kind of flirting the night before when they were partying. So maybe there was a little touching going on.
Sarah?
I think that I'm not so sure yet, but I
Okay.
just feel like maybe they're happy in their relationships and they thought like, hey, we should let this beef go and we should just try to be cordial to one another. And a few drinks were in them, so they were like, I really enjoyed them as a person, and maybe it wasn't so like frisky and relationship-y.
Well, Kristen seemed like she was feeling James the night before, like he was DJing. So I think maybe it would have been
agree,
her
Stacey.
initiating it.
She was dropping in the splits,
Yeah, she was doing those.
which I love. Crazy Kristen. Zach, what do you
Crazy
think?
Kristen. I think that, you know, there's always going to be chemistry with your ex after you guys have broken up, whether it was on good terms or bad terms. Like, there was still that chemistry. You know, you guys were intimate, so there's always going to be, you know, some underlying bit of feelings and probably some sexual tension, especially when you're drinking and you're in the hot tub together. So I think it's very, very possible. I don't think either of them would ever admit it because we've both seen they're both queens of denial. And yes, I said queens. I don't know. I think, you know, if you did it, just like own up to it. Hashtag own it. I feel like we need a little more accountability on Vanderpump Rules.
Okay, so here's the thing. The biggest question I had was, where were the cameras? We didn't get any last minute footage. I mean, I know.
That's true.
I was, the whole time I was like, where was the production team? No one saw anything, and you would think that they would be there at least toward, you know, I mean, I don't know if they have like hours that they cut it off, or maybe that's why they thought that they were safe.
But we know that like the Vanderpump Rules cast doesn't get like, you know, raunchy and debaucherous until like after a certain hour. Like they're not, they keep it pretty vanilla before 8 p.m.
7 a.m. it occurred, supposedly.
I know, and like you're really
Well, that makes sense because none of them are awake at 7 a.m.
Oh, yeah, I know. But you're really gonna take Jax's word. Like he was up, ready to like.
But
was he like
Sarah,
making coffee?
The two pillows. I mean,
Yeah. Okay. So that's what I wanted to
so
talk about.
obvious.
Like that. That to me, like his whole argument was based off of the two pillows, and like those pillows did not look comfortable for like a sex position. They were like awkwardly in a corner. Like who is going to be doing? It was not even logical when you put the pieces together.
I think that Jax jumps at any opportunity to make it look like somebody else has problems in their life because he is always the one who has the issues. So if he can change the subject for 5 minutes and make somebody else look bad, he's like, hopping on that really quickly. So I think that was a factor here, and he wanted to jump to conclusions. But my thing also was that, can we talk about the audio? The audio at the golf course was, did you guys hang out? That was the question. And there was this big thing that the guys thought that he said yes and admitted to hooking up with Kristen, but really I think he heard, were you guys hanging out? And also the quote was literally, were you guys hanging out? Not, did you guys hook up? And he said we were hanging out a little bit, but he didn't admit to hooking up. And that's where I was like, can somebody go back to the audio on this? Because
I think they're all vicariously living through James, because he's like this young 20-something-year-old having fun, DJing all over the place, you know, getting drunk, wasted, and they're kind of like, oh, I miss those days.
And that's the life they want to live.
Exactly.
No, I mean, I was curious as to, like, it was just such a miscommunication.
I think they turned something really little into something huge.
And the guys did it. It was the guys.
It's always the guys. It's always the guys more than it's the girls that are spreading rumors and like gossiping about each other. I mean, but I think you're right. It comes down to the terminology and like. I mean, we were just having this discussion outside. Like, the word hookup means so many different things to so many different people. Yeah. I think, you know, we just need to be, like, clear of, like, what that actually means.
Just have a conversation and talk to the person before you go cray-cray, even though I do appreciate the crazy Kristen. But I think it all could have been solved.
Right.
Well, think about it, though. So let's say you're sitting there and you heard that Stacey told Tiege something and everybody else at AfterBuzz is talking about it. By the time you see Stacey, you're not going to call her out?
Oh, no, I would. But I wouldn't be that intense. But then again, I'm not on a reality show.
In your face.
So, hey.
Okay, so you guys are in the live chat. Thank you guys so much for joining in the live chat. You guys are giving your perspective. Lindsay said, I don't know, I think perhaps something did happen between Kristen and James, and they had an arrangement not to say anything. Kristen got mad because James broke the agreement. What do you all think? I think that that's an interesting point, Lindsay, and I believe that could be the case.
And they seemed pretty defensive right when they found out. And then Kristen was adamant about showing Stassi that text. And maybe they talked about it like, hey, send me a text so it looks like we didn't hook up. I mean, they're not that dumb. I mean,
no, James is very smart about doing things purposely on camera and doing things, you know. Remember what happened earlier in the season where he went to someone's house? Oh, it was the Logan rumors.
Yeah.
And he strategically planned that phone call with Brittany there. So I think he is pretty strategic in that way.
He is.
But, you know.
I think it's possible. I think it's funny because we have to think all these different ways, but only on this show, to be like, this could be the reason. And it's like, never in life would that ever be the reason for anyone else.
Right.
But for James Kennedy, it's probably a yes.
He's like a drama magnet. It just, the two of them are. So that's why it makes sense that they're just like the perfect storm together. They're like meant for each other.
They're meant for each other. Let's talk about a storm that might not be perfect for each other, Lala and Sheena. Okay, so I just thought this was kind of a funny scene when the flowers come to the door and Sheena, I think for 1 second, thought that they were for her. From Rob. Do you think that that's the thing? And then they were evidently for Lala and they were from Randall. And I think that Sheena was really upset about that, kind of like a little bit jealous, and was like, but of course she put the defensive face on and said, but like, we don't do that. We don't do flowers, so like, that would be weird. I don't do gifts. I don't do flowers. But I feel like if he were to give her flowers, she'd be a flower girl, you know?
And she'd be passing those things around to everyone saying, oh my gosh, look what Rob did for me. Look what he did for you. Look what he bought me. She put those things in everyone's face.
So true.
Right.
She's just gonna be happy for her friend for like 1 second.
Which is crazy.
It's like, who cares if you're not a flower person? But if your person gives you flowers or someone gives you flowers, be grateful for it.
Right.
Hashtag that shit.
Right.
I do find it interesting how every single time, you know, Sheena loves to, every time she doesn't want to own something, she says like, oh, that's just not Rob.
Yeah.
Rob doesn't make out with me in public. Rob doesn't say I love you in public. Oh, Rob doesn't send me flowers. That's not his thing. I'm like, well, then what is his thing? Like, what about him actually shows that he's interested in you and likes you and, you know, sees you more as more than just a, you know, a reality TV star that he can capitalize off of? Because I'm not seeing much from Rob.
I know. It's so annoying.
I feel bad for Rob.
Rob's
Not for Rob. I feel bad for Sheena.
You know what bugs me about this part is when she said #basic about her getting flowers.
Yeah, it's almost like she was talking bad about like Lala. I'm like, what the girl? I mean, come on.
She would live for that.
Yeah, you know she would love that. She would say he put a TV together in 7 minutes flat, and then sent me flowers. Okay, so that's the thing.
And he sent me flowers from his phone in under 2 minutes.
Yeah.
#1-800-Flowers. Sheena. You know what Sheena needs?
What does she need?
Sheena needs like a big sister or somebody to like give her some real advice. And I think, we could all use that too. So for everybody out there, if you guys want to have fun, learn, and grow in all areas of your life, have we got a podcast for you? Conversations with Maria Menounos podcast edition is hosted by our AfterBuzz TV founder and drops every Friday on iTunes. Conversations with Maria Menounos features celebrity and influencer interviews, along with secrets and tips on how to be better in all aspects of your life, from health and wellness to career, relationships, finance, and more. Sheena, take notes. Let our Maria be the big sister you've always wanted and know you needed. Just go to iTunes and subscribe to Conversations with Maria Menounos for free.
For free.
Be sure to rate and comment, and when you do, let Maria know that it was us that sent you there. Stacey, Sarah, Zach, and Tiege from Vanderpump Rules After Show. Conversations with Maria Menounos, podcast edition. Check it out right now.
Yes. Check it out. It's great. She's amazing. And she really has so much life experience that she shares.
Yes.
Which is invaluable.
Lots of gems.
And it's free.
Lots of gems. And it's free. I mean, right? Okay, so you know who else probably needs this podcast? Tom
Schwartz.
Yes, Tom Schwartz. What's going on? Ends up at another hotel. So we wanted to talk about this really quickly because we hear sometimes in the comments that you guys are like, you guys kind of need to talk about the issues that might be lying under the funny stuff of this, which is kind of, is he an alcoholic? Do we have problems with drinking? And I want to know what you guys think. I think that he is still living in this like fantasy, like, oh, I can just go out and like there's no consequences. Do you think Katie will be fed up at some point?
I think Katie shouldn't be putting him in those environments if she doesn't like it. Like, she's pretty much just like pouring alcohol down, partying with him, having fun with him, and doing all this stuff. So what do you expect? He's gonna turn up. He's in Mexico. Like, why are you not going to?
That's true, Stacey. So I think that, yes, Katie will get annoyed from Tom's like actions and everything sooner than later. And he's gonna have to learn one way or the other, because clearly how she was acting calm and like a really cool wife wasn't exactly working for him, and he needs like something. I don't know. He clearly needs something else.
He needs some fun.
I don't know what that else is.
I think he's getting. I think he's getting a little too much fun as it is.
Yeah.
Here's my thing. I think she, like you said, she allows it, and so she can't be upset about it. And look, he's a grown man. He's 30 years old. Like, he's not going to be changing anytime soon. You don't all of a sudden have an epiphany, at 30 years old when you've been living this life and everybody around you is an enabler and they allow you to do this. Whether or not he's an alcoholic, I mean, that's a bit debatable. He's, getting blackout drunk every other week.
But Zach, aren't they all?
Not getting blackout drunk. I mean, not many of them. I mean, I think they do have selective amnesia at times, but he's the only one that consistently gets drunk, blacks out, and truly doesn't remember how far he takes it.
And does crazy things. I mean, I almost feel like he needs to hit like rock bottom to kind of like wake up, because even like ending up at a different hotel or, kissing another girl. I mean,
how do you end up at another hotel?
How he just didn't know where he was. That's like literally what he said. He said, I didn't know where I was.
And how do you get that far? How does it get that far?
Like, are they next to each other? Like, how far were these hotels? We need a map.
Yeah, we need a map.
And where was Katie?
We need you are here and Katie is there.
Do you think she was in bed?
I think she was in the room, yeah.
Mm-hmm. I think she was in the room.
I know. We don't know.
We don't know.
We don't know, but what we do know is that we are on YouTube, and we're on Twitter, and we're on all these things, and we would love for you to follow along. You guys are honestly like thebomb.com. You guys are really, really great and super interactive, but we just want to let you know to keep the comments going. Let us know what you guys want to hear from us. If there's any special segments you want us to incorporate, we are here for you guys. This is all for you. Liking and subscribing is always appreciated. So we just want to remind you.
Yeah. We love
that that's a thing that you could do.
Yes.
And we love you guys.
You can do more with your phones than take selfies, so subscribe.
Okay, so serve the verdict. It's officially happening. I know we talked about it in the beginning. However, let's just give quick, yes, I do believe Kristen and James hooked up, or no, I do not, and then reason, and then we'll move on and we will see what the verdict is. Stacey, you go first.
I do believe they hooked up. Did something. I don't know if they had sex, but they definitely did something.
Okay.
What do you think they did?
I don't know.
Made out?
Made out, maybe.
Okay.
Something. Because they were super defensive.
How many bases did we get? 1, 2.
It's a slippery
Buckle
slope.
my
I don't know.
shoe.
Yeah.
I believe it's a... Stacey, what do you think?
I think that I agree with you, Stacey. The East Coast hooked up, which doesn't mean that they had sex.
Okay.
So, but I think there was touching.
Okay.
And there was some lip locking.
Okay.
Smacking.
Smacking. Oh my gosh, I heard that word in
Okay,
ages.
Zach, what's your verdict?
Yeah, I agree. I don't think there was full on. I agree with both Stacey and Sarah. I don't think there was full on sex that happened. I think they probably flirted. They probably made out a little bit, but didn't go far enough to actually. I mean, come on, who's gonna bone in the jacuzzi outside? Like that's just gross.
Jax has been in.
Yeah, the Jax has
the
been
Jax
in.
has been
Yeah,
swimming in.
No, I don't think they full on LA hooked up, but I think there was. Some New York hooking up happening.
Mm-hmm. I think, okay, you guys are not going to agree with me, but I think that they might have just like hung out and like had fun, friendly, like laughing. It's kind of fun when this hasn't happened to me, so maybe this is just a fantasy of mine, but it's kind of fun if like you meet up with an ex or something, and it's like fun to talk about the good times and like, you guys are both in relationships. She's clearly very happy with Carter. James is with Raquel, and that's why just with Raquel. But I will say that I think it might have been like kind of a fun, friendly thing. I know she looked a little bit flirty at the bar, but I think it might have just been like a fun, let's laugh, let's drink, let's hang out by the hot tub, whatever, LOL kind of thing. For me, I don't know. Hey,
I hear your point about her being in a happy relationship, but at the same time, we also saw her hook up with Jax, and we also saw her hook up with James while she was dating Carter. So she doesn't have the best judgment. Because I was gonna say, like, maybe she's not attracted to him, but like she probably wasn't attracted to James the first time, or Jax when he was dating Stassi. Like, there's clearly no discretion. I don't think. I don't know. I think there was more than. She just hanging out.
Probably just wished Carter was there. He wasn't.
Yeah.
He was in reach.
She needed something.
it's comfortable.
She was lonely.
It's
She was drunk.
Right.
It happens.
It's something that's happened before, so I wouldn't put it past the two of them.
Pattern behavior.
Pattern behavior, but I want some more video footage.
Yes.
Bravo.
Yeah, we need
some.
We can get some more video
We need
footage.
more proof than that montage of CSI you were trying to
But I
make.
did love that. That was like
so
my
cute.
favorite part of the episode.
It was cute.
That
It was very, very cute. Okay, so now it is time for a little fan shout out. Because you guys are awesome. We're just going to shout some of you guys out that are in the live chat because you guys are always here with us and you're amazing. Clarence, we want to say, hey, what up, Clarence? Payola is in there. Kimberly Mayfield.
Hey, Kim.
We've got, who else we got in here? Oh, Lisa. We see her again. You're the best. We saw you last week. And Lindsay's in here giving us the tea. So we just want to thank you guys so much. You guys are seriously awesome. And again, thank you for joining in the conversation because you make it more interesting.
Yes.
I know. I love hearing from you guys. And
Have
reading
they
the
dropped
comments.
any gems?
Oh my God.
Have they served any verdicts?
Oh my gosh, they always drop gems and serve verdicts. I'm not sure if mine is totally refreshing right now, so we'll see. But I think, what do you guys think about the serve the verdict? James and Kristen, did it happen? Put it in the live chat and we'll get back to those. Now we have some news and gossip we have to talk about, you guys, which is kind of a loaded segment today. There's a few things we have to talk about.
There's a lot that happened.
So the first thing, which is probably the most interesting thing we've ever seen. Oh, it is tea time. Tea time, news and gossip happening right now. Let me get to it. Okay, first, salaries. Salaries, you
salaries
guys.
have been leaked.
Salaries of the cast members have been leaked, and it is the most interesting information I've ever heard in my entire life. Zach, list it off.
Okay, just to preface it, these came out with their season 4, so they're probably making a little more than this now, but this was the order. So, starting at the bottom of the totem pole was Sheena coming in at $10,000 per episode.
Per episode.
10,000. You know, Sheena thinks she's the Kim K. She thinks she's making it big, and she's earning very little.
She's not.
Keep trying, girl. Keep trying. Next up, we have Tom. Tom Sandoval is making $15,000, and then right there in line with him, we have Stassi and Kristen, who are also making $15,000. So I don't think Sheena's happy about that because they're making $5,000 more per episode. And we did the math: about 24 episodes. That's about $300,000, just a little give or take, that they're making per season. But the highest earner, which was kind of the most shocking one, was Jax.
Jax.
At $25,000 per episode. That's $10,000 more than Stassi and Kristen.
Which is crazy.
Tom. That is crazy.
I wonder if he's still making that.
I'm sure he's still making it big.
Yeah.
Wow.
If not more. If not, like, maybe 30.
Yeah, he's making
25,000.
something.
That's
a
pretty
lot.
good.
That's a lot.
I mean, it makes sense. He is in this. He is like kind of a central
How much
plot
of that
character.
do you think is Barstool?
Oh my gosh, Barstool probably has to like double that.
I know.
So that was crazy.
That was crazy.
do
And
we
of
know-
course, LVP makes $500,000 per season.
Do we know anything about Ariana or
Those weren't revealed.
those weren't revealed? Okay, interesting.
But I assume they would make about like where Sheena's at,
I would
Yeah,
think so,
probably.
too,
Yeah.
'cause
or less.
They don't give as much as like I get Jax. He gives what
Yeah, he
you wanna
delivers.
see.
He's
Right.
a central figure every episode. Yeah.
Okay.
Makes sense.
You guys, I have some updated
Okay.
pump our
Verdicts.
serve the verdict. Paola says no, I don't believe. Clarence says I do believe they did something.
Yes.
Kirsten says I believe that they probably made out, nothing more than that.
Yep, I'm with you, Kristen.
She kept repeating. Okay, yeah. Thank you guys. I think that I agree with all of you guys. I mean, you could go either way.
I agree.
know.
You
We
said
don't
yes.
know
You
yet.
said no. You said maybe.
I agree with all of you.
you.
I mean, there's so many ways. I just
What it is we love you guys so much that we love all of your
Yeah.
opinions,
Yes.
whether they're right or wrong.
Yeah.
right.
We love them all, whether you disagree with me or not.
And Kimberly
I still
thinks
appreciate the love.
Kimberly thinks that Tom and Katie should get divorced.
Aww. Let's not go that far just yet.
Now Sarah has a heart. Okay, Teague, what else do we got in news?
Okay. All right. So, second story. Sheena calls herself out for the way she's looked this season and no longer is friends with Rob. Oh, yeah. So you have that from Jenny McCarthy.
No, she did a different podcast, Spidey and
was Spencer and Heidi?
Spencer and
Yeah.
Heidi have a
Oh, yes, yes,
podcast
yes.
We've
called
heard from
Make
them.
Spidey Famous Again.
Love it.
Where she talked about how her and Rob were no longer friends, and she thinks that he was selfish because he just wanted to be friends with benefits after they had broken up, and she didn't want that anymore. But it's like, girl, when he didn't respect you all season, what makes you think he wants more than that now? Like, you don't have the show. You're not taping the show, so he has no more camera plugs. You know, he doesn't need you other than friends with benefits. And then she called herself out, right, Sarah?
Yeah, last Monday when she was watching the show, which she says she never watches, but she decided to this
She
time.
was watching it.
Yeah, and that
The
she
exception.
apologizes for how annoying she has been because she's even annoying herself. Now, I don't know if she's doing that because she's realizing that people aren't like that about her this season, or if it's true.
No, I think she realizes that people this season don't really like her, so to gain their love and affection back, she has to agree with them.
You don't think it was just the editing, Zach?
Oh, it was totally just the editing. Sheena's a perfect person.
Yeah.
Only a bad edit would make her look bad.
Only a bad at it. Okay. Then we also have Stassi's boyfriend went home with her for Easter.
Yeah.
So they are like clearly
cute.
loving each other.
Exclusive.
How cute is that?
That's legit.
It was interesting in this episode. She talks about, obviously turmoil with
Patrick.
Patrick, and we clearly see this start to fall apart in these episodes. So
You can just see the chemistry between them when they're on Instagram.
cute.
Like the fact that he met her family this soon, like
Yeah.
I love it.
it's
I
good.
think he's just fun and he doesn't like actually care.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just more laid back and like whatever goes.
Down to earth type of guy.
And that's
He's
what
cute
she
too.
needs.
Yeah.
That's
She
what
does.
She needs like the opposite of her, who's a little more goofy and can like help, check her when she needs to reach
So
out.
look, Brittany, there's light at the end of the tunnel.
Yeah, Brittany, you can leave
There's
Jax.
light at the end of the tunnel.
There's hope.
Oh, there's hope.
Maybe a few more frogs, but you'll get there in the end.
Okay, so next we have, it was just recently Trans Day of Visibility. A lot of cast members came forward and supported Billie Lee, which they've always been really supportive. So that was really cool to see. She looks stunning. She's stunning. She's always been stunning.
Pretty, yeah.
We just want to do a quick shout out there because that was kind of fun on social media. Everybody was supporting her.
Great.
Okay, and then I'm sorry. This is the Jenny McCarthy interview. Kristen.
Yes, Kristen. So Kristen was on the Jenny McCarthy show earlier today, and I listened to it for everybody, and I got the tea. Are you ready for the recap?
Yes. I'm literally so
excited.
Ready.
First of all, she calls out my favorite cast member, Raquel, which made me so happy. She said that Raquel is chronically on Xanax, and that's why she talks like this. She has no personality because she's constantly drugged up.
Wow.
She also says that
Miss USA. I don't know if that's
not a good
fly.
look. Yeah, a lot of them have been popping pills this season. We've been hearing a lot of.
Well, we know they're big on Adderall. Yeah, they said that they drink and then they have Adderall so that they can still focus while they drink. So they've been open about that.
Focus.
I don't know. Maybe we weren't talking about. Maybe Xanax is what the pasta was referring to earlier in the season.
No clue.
Cocaine.
Also on the Raquel train, she says that James definitely cheats on Raquel. And she said it with so much confidence that now after watching this episode, maybe this is her way of saying, like, I know he cheats because we had a thing, but I'm not going to own up to my thing with him.
Ooh, that's
I mean, if you're trying to cover it
Putting
up,
the clues
you
together.
don't even put that out there.
I don't think she thought about it, but there was just such conviction in her. He definitely cheats on her that, like, there has to be something.
Right, okay.
Jenny also asked her about Lala and whether, because we saw that Lala had beef with Jennifer Lawrence, who said that Lala was a See You Next Tuesday, the first season that she came on the show, and that she was just a little too much and got a lot of hate and deserved it. Kristen agreed that Lala definitely deserved all of the heat that she got in because she came in too strong.
Okay, interesting.
But she likes her now.
Yeah, everybody likes her once they get to know her, I feel like.
Yeah.
And then she toned down and got used to everybody and is more herself and not as hard.
She did come in harsh.
Then we talk about the Reiki.
Yes.
The Reiki girl. So she says that based off of her friends that have seen the Reiki girl, she is a very touchy-feely girl, but she was a little too close to Jax.
Okay. Well, that makes sense.
Interesting.
Yeah. Oh, wait, so is she, like, implying that they...
Yeah, that she probably took it, that the Reiki girl can't use that as her excuse that she's close with all of her clients because Jax was definitely an exception.
Okay, interesting.
She defended Stassi regarding all of the recent controversy over the past year. She said Stassi is Stassi and people need to get a sense of humor.
Okay.
She also said that she is friends-ish with Ariana, but she is definitely not friends with Sheena and definitely not friends with James, and that James still has her blocked. She has James blocked, and they don't follow each other on social media.
That just makes it so much more obvious, Zach.
They probably...
I mean, that they hooked up.
Now they're really trying to keep their distance. I agree.
Wow.
That's a juicy podcast.
Yeah.
know.
Wow.
Juicy
She
one.
spilled the tea all over the place.
Yes, and she also gave us one last prediction that Jax and Brittany aren't going to get married anytime soon.
Not going to.
Not going to.
Okay, well,
And
that's...
definitely should not.
That's interesting because we keep thinking that the rumor mill is saying that they might like get engaged this season, or they've been wearing rings mysteriously. So that is quite the contradiction to what we are thinking. So interesting.
I agree.
Very interesting. Thank you for listening to that.
Yeah,
that was really great insight. Okay, so now let's talk about predictions. Are you ready? Predictions for next week. Here we go.
Now, your AfterBuzz TV predictions.
Okay, Stacey, what do you think we will see next week?
I think Kristen and James will come out with a way to kind of just like brush it all aside.
Right.
And I think they did hook up. And I think she's going to come out with an excuse to tell Carter.
Do you think it'll be revealed that they hooked up?
I don't think so.
Because all of her other hookups have been revealed.
I know.
She's
but
owned it
they're
at some
still
point.
together, her and Carter. Like, I can't.
Fair.
I want to have
He
respect.
seems like a
for
smart. I
someone
know.
on the show.
Gosh, I know. He seems like a good, decent guy. So I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen.
What do you
I mean,
think?
I'm excited. I'm excited for when Kristen does talk to Carter.
Yeah.
I hope he gives it to her. Not like that. Like, you know.
I was like, I don't think she deserved it.
Yeah, no. And, you know, I also hope we just don't see those Fred Flintstone suits that James and Tom Sandoval were wearing, because that was not appropriate.
Or cute.
Not cute.
No.
Fail.
So there's that.
That was like some moose knuckle going on. It was just bad news bears all around.
Zach, what do you think?
I think that we're going to see something happen between Carter and James. I think we're getting to that where Carter's probably going to say something to James. I don't think that Kristen or James will own up to hooking up, but I think probably by the reunion we'll hear what really happened that night, because right now they're being very hush-hush. But I'm also like excited that like for the first time in a few weeks we're all very excited for what's to come next week.
Yes.
It's not as predictable. Like we're finally getting to that end of season stretch.
Which is nice because we've only got a few episodes left. There's so many things we need to happen still. We need tied in a bow. Stassi's going to be done with Patrick. That will be a thing. We have a lot of things to look forward to. So I think that it's going to start. The ball is going to roll down the hill, and we're going to start seeing a lot of these plots play out.
I need a few more drink throws.
Oh, yes. I thought it was kind of funny how Lala was so upset about it. I'm like, Lala, like. It wasn't really thrown
What
at
did
you.
she say? That she held her head down? Or what did she say? She's like, I'm gangster. I don't throw drinks.
Oh, yeah.
She'd rather push someone over.
Push someone down.
Yeah, I love it. I love Lala. That's why I love her. Okay, so now it is time for the Pump Teeny Toast of the Night. This is our second week doing this segment. And the segment, if you haven't seen it before, is we're pretty much just toasting to the person who made the episode, whether that was good or bad. So who is it? Let's do a quick drum roll. And Zach, do you want to do the reveal?
All right. This week's Pump Teeny. Stir it up. Goes to Miss Kristen Doty.
Thank you, Kristen.
Not only for, stirring up the drama, but just bringing back crazy Kristen.
Yes, we missed her.
She was hiding in the closet for a while, and she's finally come back.
She's come back, and we love her when she's out and
and
about.
all.
She was even naked in the shower. She had like all inhibition gone.
Yeah, and she looked really happy in that shower. She was like giggly.
She was like so happy, and then lying down when she was like, 8:30, and then she did that evil laugh. She's like,
yeah, I love it.
Stassi's like, no.
I love it. Well, you guys are again amazing. Thank you so much for being in the live chat. Thank you for joining us. Let us know what you guys thought in the comments below, what you're looking forward to next week. And you guys can follow us during the week if you want to find us. You guys can find me at TiegDP. And then you can also find Zach.
Hi guys, I'm Zack Peter. You can follow me at JustPlainZack, or if you didn't get enough of me tonight, you can always listen to my podcast, #NoFilter with Zack Peter on iTunes.
So good.
Listen to it. I'm Serio, guys. Thanks so much for watching, and you can follow me at @Serio.
And I'm Stacey Olivas. You guys can follow me all over social media at Stacey Olivas, and we love hearing from you. So make sure to hit us up in the comments, please.
Woo! Thank you guys so much. We'll see you next week.
Bye.
Woo!
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.